So as I'm doing comedy, literally within earshot, you hear a pig dying.
Chick 10 Hun Must Podcast. Featuring your hosts, Jackie Sanchez and Stephanie Wood. Coming at you from South Florida. Chick 10 Hun Must Podcast.
Hey guys, hey chicks, welcome back to episode 31 of Chick 10 Hun Must. We're your host, I'm Stephanie Wood, that's Jackie Sanchez, and we have a very special guest with us today. Jackie, you want to give him a little intro? She's choking, she just had some
peanut butter in my mouth. Yes, from Miami, Florida, Lonnie Cox, everyone.
Mr.
Hello.
Cox. We got a Wood and a Cox in the house.
Wood and a
Hello.
Cox.
And Dirty Sanchez.
I didn't really get an intro, so my
Right.
deepest apologies. I didn't really plan anything.
Well, I love you, Lonnie.
That's all there is to say, really.
He's a guy.
No
He
other
does
information
comedy.
about him.
Mhm.
Great local comic. Thanks for coming. I
Thank
love
you. Thank you.
I'm going to treat this as our first date.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to sexually harass you a lot.
Okay.
I'm the waiter.
How about when the waiter tells you a specials when you're on a date, like a first date?
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to work out a bit about this because there's nothing more awkward. I remember sitting there having the experience and be like, there's something so funny about this because I'm never going to order it.
Why not?
I'll never order the special.
Why not?
Anthony Bourdain says the special is to sell the stuff that wasn't selling. So they just make a hodgepodge.
What if the chef just thought of a new recipe and he
we
really
have a nice
wanted?
Chilean sea bass because
He's really excited to try it out with the new customers.
Well, either way,
What about
my
that?
angst and energy just makes me black out. I don't remember anything they say.
Mm.
Do you order specials?
All the time.
Really?
I mean, the thing that they don't want you to ask is they don't want you to ask how much it costs.
Yeah.
They try to guilt you. And it always sounds
That's so
fire.
tacky.
When you go to
Yeah.
a good restaurant, there's oh, well, we don't have this on the menu, but we have the seafood pasta. And you're like, how much is it? And they're like, $49.
God.
So it's okay, obviously I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But they were.
I'll
they
get the
were-
regular Alfredo.
They
All right,
were
so already the
expecting you to
date's
just
going
order it.
bad because he's asking the
Yeah.
prices of the specials. So
You're
yeah,
supposed to
I'm-
ask the price.
I would never. You go to nice restaurants, they don't have the price written next to the item.
Then you just ask. I would ask.
No, Lonnie,
yeah.
you don't do that. It's no, that's not what you don't ask. It's not on there for a reason.
It is an
It's D-class A.
expected. It's an expected exchange of information.
Okay.
I want this.
I'm with him.
It costs that.
Only because I'm picky, so I'm not paying $50 for chicken piccata. You
Maybe,
know?
but you are picky, and nothing you're
Yeah.
going to eat is going to cost $50.
Sometimes
I
I
don't
do
think-
get steaks occasionally.
Sure.
when
yeah,
I go
steaks.
out,
But if a steak was $40 or $55, would it matter? You would just get the steak either way, right?
No, that matters.
Yes, I would. If it was 40 to 55, I would just get it.
Well, I'm rich, so
I'm just saying, if there was one steak that was 40 and one steak that was 55,
I'm going to get the one I want.
you get the one you want.
I'm weird about
You're gonna spend that much
spending
money.
on food, I guess.
Mm.
I'm not a huge food person. I eat so little, so I'm like...
Really? Because since I've gotten here, I think you've mentioned 4 different foods that you were interested in
Yes.
eating.
She's
And I
ordered
took note of it just because it surprised me how interested in food you sounded.
Okay, so yes, I do eat a lot when
Uh-huh.
I'm especially high, but I eat little increments
Little
at
taste
a
of
time.
a lot of things.
And I don't like certain tastes to linger. Like right now, the taste of that peanut butter cracker is just lingering in my mouth. So I really want to eat a Cheeto to kind of off balance it and
Okay.
make it savory again. But I'm gonna wait until you guys are deep in a conversation, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna grab it. So I know the camera won't be. Even though now, we'll just.
Just Jackie just putting Cheetos in her face.
Okay.
No, but yeah, Jackie likes a little bit of everything. I've been with you when you've ordered takeout within 2 hours of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a quick turnaround.
So for someone who doesn't like to spend
Totally.
a lot of money on food, I think you probably spend the most money on takeout out
Yes.
of anyone I know.
Yeah, I order Uber Eats every day.
Mm.
Today I had Panera but I had Uber Eats.
Shouts out there,
drop
not a
it
sponsor,
off.
but we hope.
The day before,
Fingers
Charlie's
crossed.
Steakery. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I always order Uber Eats. I'm bad with it. Blessed, as they say.
Yeah.
Can you cook, Lonnie? Would you make me if
mean,
you were to
all
make
right.
me dinner? Just saying,
I'm
hypothetically.
going to make you dinner.
What would you make?
What would I make? I would probably make...
Just give me a raw steak.
Put some chicken in the oven. I baste it a little bit. I put a little bit of a
He said
I don't know, sauce or something. I don't know. You make it. I can whip
a glaze.
a glaze.
On
Let's call it
glaze.
that. Let's call it a
Miso
glaze.
glaze.
A glaze. Put a glaze.
Demi-glaze.
You put some.
Demi-glaze.
I watch a lot of cooking shows. Sorry.
Do you? My brother used to be obsessed with like the Food
Yeah,
Network
oh
and
God.
like celebrity
I love Chopped
chefs.
so much.
Yeah.
Chopped is one of my favorite shows in the world.
Chopped is dope. I like Top Chef.
I like Top Chef.
Top Chef is a
good.
dope show.
All
Uh,
those shows just there's too much fluff in between.
Kitchen
Let's just get to the
Nightmares.
thing.
Oh yeah, you got to watch it on like Hulu. I watch Top Chef
Yeah.
on Hulu with no commercials, and you're just like,
See, but I'm used to watching it like on cable, like in my
Mm-hmm.
like parents' house and stuff before I had like access to Netflix and Hulu.
It's not
like,
even the commercials. By the way, if anyone watches stuff with commercials these days, you're a crazy person unless you're watching live sports.
or in
who's watching a Bravo show at 9:00 when it airs?
Well,
no one.
some people, my mom, my sister, my older sister does it. Some people actually wait. I was watching Dexter, but I was watching it like the night before, which because I had access to it online. If I knew I have access to it, why would I wait?
Well, and that's Showtime that wouldn't have commercials. I'm just
Yeah.
saying for me, those like Chop shows and shit, there's too much like, just get to the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
And there's too much like recap. So
a
we're
lot of recap.
like there's a teaser in and out. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, let's just do. Can you fucking start curtain those chives already? Like, come
Right.
on, guy.
This
God.
dish is on the chopping block.
It's
Mm.
like, yeah,
it's
like
always
your
personal.
salmon shit. Okay, it doesn't matter. Your salmon is shit, just like your mother's salmon, just like her mother's salmon.
fucked it up just like your mother fucked up your father.
Oh man.
Oh, good
But
shows.
so I have asked Lonnie. I think on like probably 15 dates.
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of dates.
Everybody,
Some of them are
Lonnie
not
is my
always-
comedy crush. Okay, I'm so excited that he's here. I feel so nervous. I shaved my pussy just in case.
Good for you. Me too.
No, just kidding. No, just kidding. My cat needed a bath.
I did it.
But yeah, you told me that you don't date comics.
No,
Yeah.
Smart guy.
not date comics.
Also, the nicest way to reject another comic, because I use that line all the time.
Do you bang comics?
No,
Asking for a friend.
I've
She's asking
never
for a
had
friend.
sex.
I'm asking for a friend.
never had sex with a comic. No,
Wow. Congrats.
no.
I never had sex with anyone funny. No, I'm just kidding.
There
Mm,
you go.
Hey, hey.
That's true.
Blake, cut that out. For real, cut that out.
Why?
This doesn't matter now he listens. No one's listening. As Blake always famously says,
uh-huh.
no one's
listens
listening
to
and
our
no one's
podcast.
That's
watching.
good. That's great.
No one.
It's good. It's good practice.
Yeah, no one's
Yeah.
listening, no one's watching, and just who cares?
Exactly.
But yeah, I do sexually harass you,
Yes.
which brings me to our segment, which we like to do with our guests, chicken tender moments.
Oh, is this where I get to sing?
Yes, I
Oh my
warned
God,
Okay.
you.
you know.
Okay.
I produce the shit out
She
of this.
produces
okay?
it. I got a packet. What's it called? When you like
You got your sides.
no when you're on set, like they hand you a list of like your call sheet.
Your call sheet,
Your
yeah.
call sheet has your name. It's like this is the time you come up. You know, she gave me a little call sheet. I got a basket in this morning when
Yes.
I woke up.
Nice assortment
It
of
was
cheeses
very
and
pla-
wines.
I ate it all. I ate all the cheeses before I came. So, you know, I like
Jackie
cheese.
would have loved some brie.
Oh yeah, I love
Brie.
a good brie. I
Mm,
love brie.
you ever
She's so
had the
cute.
brie that's like baked into
Oh,
the? Oh
oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Some jams.
Jam.
A
A
little-
nice cracker.
like a
nice
fig?
crackers.
A date.
Yeah,
Some
fig.
glaze.
Date.
A day.
A glade. Yeah.
All right, we're hungry. No one's eating today.
I'm starving.
But yeah, so if you want to sing us into Chicken.
So I was
Chicken Tender
wondering, and I'll be honest, I get a little bashful when it comes to
we
singing.
can we can help
Sing.
sing with
It's
you.
fine, we can sing, but I was wondering, is it like, what's the style
Anything
of
you
singing?
You could have done more research. You know, you could have listened to an
Well,
episode.
hold on. This is what I did instead. Is I practiced different styles of singing, like Frank Sinatra style, like a lounge singer,
I'm falling more in love.
you know, or like a
slide
rap,
off the
a
singing.
rap.
I'll take all of them. Can we get a medley maybe?
So I'm a little shy. I'm at the shy portion of my performance.
We'll build into
Like
it.
I need to get there. We didn't do any
Okay.
vocal warm
We went
ups.
with woo.
Chicken tender moments.
I can give you an example. Connie's was chicken tender moment.
That's a good. That is
And then
good.
Zach B's was chicken tender. I don't remember how he said
That's
it.
more like Frank Sinatra.
Moment.
That was the Frank Sinatra one. It's like chicken tender moments. Like in the 50s, your mom
Oh.
That was
listened to that
great.
song. You know.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
I
Yeah,
felt like I
yeah.
got fingered at the prom.
That was
You're
good. I
welcome.
felt the vibrato.
Uh huh. The vibrato. Is that a word?
The vibrato, yeah. When it's
A burrata. I think that's a cheese as well.
yeah, vibrato. I watch a lot of.
What's the
Vibrato.
difference between the
documentaries.
Frank Sinatra and the lounge singer? I'm interested.
No. The lounge singer is Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
But I think I was going for Frank Sinatra, but I went to more of the like.
Let's
I
do it
don't
again.
even-
Let's do it again.
I don't remember the name of it, but they were like in the 50s. They would all be
Like
wearing
the Rat Pack.
suits.
The Rat Pack.
No, not the Rat Pack. The like before the Rat Pack. It's like the
Talking
50s. You
about
go
a
to
quartet.
The Mouse Pack.
A quartet.
No, not a quartet. We're in between quartet and lounge
A
singer.
barbershop singer.
No. You know when you go to
Barbershop
Johnny
quartet.
Rockets and you listen to that music? What's that called? It's
Bop.
like 50s.
It's like bop music. Yeah.
music.
Like
it's
50s,
like a
yeah.
it's like a white dude and like he's wearing yeah.
It's like women can't vote.
Like my right. No,
they can vote
not
right
women can't vote. It's like it's like
women can't have abortion.
you're singing. They hold the thing like Elvis.
Right.
I don't know.
Like a bandstand kind of performance.
Sure.
Bandstand.
Yes.
There
Let's
you
call
go.
it that.
Bop.
Let's call it that.
Bop.
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 Jamie, give us a Google. Let us know what it's called. Sock
Yeah.
bops. Aren't they called sock bops? You go to the dance with your poodle skirt.
Sock hops.
Sock
I think
hops.
that was called.
Sock hop. Oh, sock hop.
Sock hop.
Sock hop.
I've been to a
under
sock
my
hop
bed,
before.
Have you?
Yeah, I wore poodle skirt, and I was also a pink lady. I was Rizzo from Greece.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
the one that
worked at
gets-
Johnny Rockets.
You did? Did you have to sing?
Whoa.
I had to sing and I had to dance. Yeah.
Oh my God,
And
we
I
have a real life entertainer here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, we're in
We both
presence of
went,
greatness. So
sang,
far,
danced, made
checking all
cheese
of it.
fries, milkshakes.
Best cheese fries in town.
Whoa.
You know,
Oh, God,
I did
don't
the
talk about cheese
the
fries.
the smiley face ketchup,
I hate
dazzling.
that. I'm sorry. I love it.
Blake, give us the answer.
What camera? This camera. Why? Who would hate?
It's too much ketchup. I
No.
don't like ketchup.
Okay,
at
well
all.
then that means that you've had a bad server because the job is to give an even. Look how far away I am in my pantomime.
I'm
Which is
watching
like-
and listening. Go
That's
on.
skill.
To just
with
shoot it perfectly.
correct.
Uh-huh.
You see? And this is me holding the little cardboard tray that they gave you at.
You can call it whatever you want. Okay, go ahead.
I forgot what I was talking about, but mostly
Like Salt Bay, but for
ketchup, squirty ketchup. Squirty ketchup. Yeah, this is a weird. Whatever. You guys know what I'm. You guys know the.
I only
pantomime.
like literally a dollop of ketchup. So that's why.
And you do not like ketchup at all.
I don't anything tomato really. I don't touch.
Hmm.
I'm very picky. Very, very picky.
Yeah, check Cheetos though. Flamin' Hot's your favorite. The only only time I've ever been to Johnny Rockets was on a cruise ship, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
They had a Johnny Rockets on a cruise ship.
it was fancy. That's right. It was the
Wow.
Symphony of the Seas.
There was one somewhere in West Palm Beach, like that my dad would take us on the boat. Long
Well,
ago.
can we
Maybe
get-
Singer Island. I don't know.
Can we get the other version of the song though?
I think I don't know. I lost it totally when I tried for it originally. I had it coming
You
up
said it
here.
was rap. No, it was sound.
Well, that was like chicken tender moments. It was like that. It was like 90s rap. It was like that.
Well, you have yet to do your full song.
The moment.
All right,
You know, like,
got it. Tender
It
moments.
was like a person on the floor, like breakdancing on a piece of cardboard.
Okay.
I can do a stall.
I can do it.
I used to for sure.
There's guys wearing
Skater
like
boy.
bucket hats and like
Never been able
My
to.
red
dad's selling
tracks.
drugs for sure. living
Sure,
his
fuck
best
yeah.
life.
My dad's buying them.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right, so
Let's talk about the chicken tender moment.
yeah, tender moments.
Okay.
This is when we like to have you flatter us, and
Okay.
most of the time people are mean about it, so
Say
it's
most of
probably
the
not
time
going
we
to
all
go.
just embarrass each other by never
Yeah.
knowing how we all met.
Do you remember how you met Jackie?
Or the first time.
So what I remember is the first memories, right? Of
Like becoming
I
friends?
don't know if that's
Yeah.
the first time we met.
Fair.
Ever.
Yeah, as comics, that's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact I crossed paths with both of you two at Funky Buddha.
Okay, yeah.
That's where I met both of you, and I think you as well. But I don't remember specifically because I think I stopped going to Funky Buddha, and they called it Robot, like it switched
Yeah.
to Robot. And then right after that is kind of like before that is when I had stopped coming because I was doing comedy more in Miami. So I don't remember specifically when we met.
Oh, I remember.
You remember?
I think about it every day.
Tell me.
It was at Artful Dodger. Ramon was
Okay.
the headliner. Julie Baez was on the show.
sure.
Sean Mullins was producing it.
Yes.
And you gave me your drink tickets, and I was like, oh my God, I think he loves me.
Artful Dodger. Yes.
That's
And I sat next to you, but
funny.
just like close enough where I was like, just in case I cough, like my leg might touch his knee. Or
Uh-huh.
something. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I do remember that. I remember that. Yeah, that was a fun show. I had come from Robot. I had just did a showcase at Robot, came in, And then we hung out. We were on the other side of the bar watching.
Yeah.
Looking through.
I remember.
I do remember that.
I go back there weekly. That's
Is
to
it
our
still
booth.
around? That
Yeah,
place?
there's a little plaque that says Lonnie and
It's like
Stephanie's place.
it's like our booths.
Our
Like
place.
like Cheers. Like we were there
place.
forever.
So it's just only cheese fries.
Like anytime you sit there, you have to order what we ordered. That's
Yeah.
the rule.
You have to
at
give your
least
drink
one
tickets to the
round.
lady.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I feel like we became. You're just like easy. You're just like easy to be around. You're cool. You're chill.
People tell me that.
People tell me I'm easy all the time, but like, not for the same
Yeah.
reasons. But yeah, out of
What are
like,
you gonna do?
I don't know. You're just like, I feel like you're good Miami, but you do like you come up north a lot.
Try
or a
to,
good
yeah.
amount. Yeah, I just yeah, you just went we're in Fort Pierce. I made Lonnie drive
Fort
like
Pierce.
2 hours for
Oh
like
my
$60.
Hey, $60
Mama pays up, okay?
comedy and a chopped cheese,
That's
which
right.
I had to pay for. But
Sorry,
the chopped cheese was good.
Chopped cheese.
It was all
It
right.
was a food truck.
It was a little salty for my blood, but it was okay.
Yeah, that was fun. Oh, ish. I mean, there was children running around everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you this.
It was
There was
children.
children, and like everywhere, like not one child.
I'm on the next show.
But I think they're letting them know it's like 18 years and older.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was sending us all this stuff. They're like padding the ceiling. They got us a new sound system, so
And the tables.
tables are going to
Move
move
those tables
closer.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun though. I mean, I don't know. I try always have fun. Make something fun out of it, and I had fun for sure.
Always have fun.
Always have fun. That's
It's
what
just
I'm trying.
weird. It's like
Well,
hard
What are we
though.
doing?
Like
You know?
we're doing another show, I think, up in there, like around Vero, but that's an hour from me north. So Miami's an hour south from me.
Okay.
If there's no traffic, we'll say no traffic.
Well, yeah.
No traffic after the show. I can get home in an
Moving, yeah,
hour.
yeah.
And then up north, about an hour, same thing. But to ask a Miami comic to go all the way up there, that's a 2-hour drive for you guys. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel weird like plucking from you guys sometimes. But I knew you'd come because, you're secretly in love with me. You just won't admit it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Spend
gonna
as
quit
much time
comedy
together
just
as possible.
so- yeah.
Get all the time
While
you
we're here.
I
can.
was like, can you pick me up on the way? He was like, absolutely not.
Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, there's gonna be a good show. Jackie will be on it next, and
And
Blake.
and Blake.
Oh yeah, whole
Fun.
chicken tender crew. Yes, but what do you think is the big difference between like the Miami, like doing Miami comedy and then doing like Broward and then doing West Palm? And is there a difference?
So I've talked about this a lot because my story is
Tell
that I
me.
started in Palm Beach. I started at Robot, Funky Buddha. It's the first place I ever did comedy. Was Funky Buddha.
And you lived in Miami and you would
Lived
drive
in
up
Miami,
there.
and I drove
What
up there.
year?
2000. So it was just my 4-year anniversary, like last week.
Ah, hey.
So it was like
Okay.
January 18th, 2018.
18. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're very funny for 4 years in.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
thought you were like a
that.
7-year vet or something.
I wish I had done it earlier. It's one of the big
Yeah.
like regrets of my life.
Why
but
didn't you do it earlier?
I was just fucking terrified.
It's the same reason as everybody.
Yeah.
Usually.
I didn't want to disappoint my father. I didn't want him to know I wasn't a virgin.
Mm.
Can't
Now he
get on
knows.
stage and not say that.
Yeah, now he knows. Yeah. Hey guys, my name's Stephanie and I'm not a virgin.
The difference that I find between Miami and Broward and Palm Beach is that Palm Beach, usually, for the most part, you get more people that are willing to sit and watch a comedy show.
Yeah.
And like, we're here for comedy.
Yeah.
And for this time, we're going to sit and watch the show. And usually the entire venue, for the most part, is kind of geared towards that.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that is because of the demographic of the people and like they're older, the culture or whatever, or do you think it's the way the show's produced, how it's run, and the way that you train your audience?
Well, I think you have a lot of things that factor into that. I think it's both.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
for the most part, you have to understand, like a Monday night or a Tuesday night or a Saturday night in Miami
There's a million
is
other
a
things.
different place than a Saturday night in Palm Beach,
Lifestyle.
Delray, even Fort Lauderdale to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But like Miami on a Saturday and Friday night, you're competing with the nicest nightclubs in the world.
Like one of the funnest places to party.
Correct. And everyone that's at a comedy show, and for the not always, it's not in absolutes, but like a lot of the times you're fighting that energy. So it's like, I'm here, but like I'd rather be
Oh, interesting.
drinking,
Yeah.
doing cocaine. Like
Yeah,
we are imposing
like-
comedy
Yeah.
on their evenings. Where here, it's them seeking you out. And you do get people that are like, we're here to see the comedy show. Like you
Yeah.
do get good comedy shows in Miami for sure. Especially recently because of the pandemic, so many businesses are willing to let us do comedy because before they're like, fuck you, what do we need
We
you
don't have
for?
an off night. All of our nights are booked.
Correct.
Like that's
Yeah.
what comedy is.
Like-
When you have to book a show, you have to. I just got asked. You can take a Thursday or a Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, it's like or a Tuesday. Like no one's like, here's a Saturday.
Right.
It's normally they're fine on a Saturday.
Sure.
Yeah, or Friday.
And that dynamic, which I've noticed, gives strengths to each city, like comedians. And I think I think traveling back and forth, you have to do it.
I think it makes you such a stronger
You
comic.
have to
Yeah.
see both because somebody told me once, and I thought it was so good, is that Palm Beach knows how to handle an audience. Miami knows how to handle a crowd.
Interesting.
So Miami, you see me, if like people are fucking with me in the crowd, like I had it the other day, I did a show in South Beach on Lincoln Road, and there was this table of, I don't know, 15, 20 older women from Michigan that were on like a
My people.
like a bachelorette
My
thing,
people.
but like for older women.
Ugh.
So they're like when the
But
show
for older ones.
Was I there? I was
no, they
there.
were like in their 50s and 60s. You know,
Oh,
which is
Jesus.
like when you see
Bachelorette
that
party in your 50s and
it wasn't a
60s.
bachelorette party,
Rough
but you know
look.
what I mean. It
A
was
group
like
of women
a girls' trip
Yeah,
in
like
the
yeah,
20s.
let's leave our husbands and go get fucked up in Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was it at Laughs on Lincoln?
Yes.
Okay, got the vibe.
And you know, like when you see that, you're
Yeah.
like, ooh, boy, because
Yeah.
that can go one
One or-
way or the other.
Oh, totally.
And when the show started, I was hosting. When the show started, immediately they were like talking to me, and not talking in the like helpful heckling way, but talking in the way that like I'm gonna steal this show
Like, pay
from you
attention to me.
if you don't fix it quickly.
Yeah.
And with that group, because there's so many of them, they can control the energy of the crowd so easily. If you turn on them, ooh, the whole room is gonna feel that big. I mean, it was like this whole thing. It was like your whole right side of the
Yeah.
crowd for the most part. You had people
The
sitting
heart
behind
of
them,
the crowd. It's
but like, ooh. And immediately I got them on my side.
How did you do it?
I mean, I fucked with them, but when I fuck with people, I compliment them at the same time. I was like, oh, all right, take it easy, sexy lady, that I would definitely be your second husband. Like that kind of stuff, because
like
it's
that.
like,
I like that.
it throws you off.
Yeah.
And it instantly tells them, in my mind, that you're not going to outdo me.
Yeah.
Like, I am willing to debase myself much more than you are, and I have the power of the
Yeah, it's
microphone.
good that they see that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then instantly, in the palm of my hand, you know, like instantly, their energy I was able to like vibe with,
Yeah.
and they were able to vibe with me. And that is a skill that I gained from doing comedy in Miami.
Okay.
Like, because of the like warfare
Yeah,
that I've had to go through
basically.
some nights, it's just like you gain skin
Yeah.
to the like energy of a crowd.
Get
Yeah.
roughed up.
But
Yeah.
you know all of your like material is like strong, and you can perform and do a lot of the same things
Yeah.
in different instances. You do know how to control the heckler and stuff like that, but you know how to control the crowd and like perform the audience and like perform, which is such, I mean, what are we doing here? You can't, you're not going to film a Netflix special of me fucking around with the
Yeah.
20
Right.
women from
Yeah,
Michigan.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's
And I struggle with that because
Comedy.
I like I see both sides of that coin, and I agree with both. Like, but also because people have like either you're a good comic because you know how to deal with that energy in the room, which you do have to know how to do that, or you're such a good comic and your material's so good that eventually they'll listen to you. And like you kind of just got to dig your like your feet into the sand or your heels into the sand a little bit, but that doesn't always go well for me. I've tried doing that recently, and I was like, I'm gonna have to abort doing that sometimes. Like when I went to Miami, I was like, I like to go to Miami just to get just slapped in the face every once in a while. Like,
Is that your experiences
What are you
in
doing,
Miami?
bitch? No, that the most recent one, yes, because I hadn't been in like a month or so. My first bomb was in Miami, and then I was coming for like a while, and I think it made me a strong comic when I first started because I knew how to do that, and then I knew material. So like marrying those two things, I think was what makes you strong. But
Yeah.
yeah, Miami's, I think, I always tell comics up north to go to Miami just so you can get well-rounded and just so you can see when your material doesn't work and everyone's like, And I think Miami's a little PC-ish in a weird way.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
place, Miami.
Yeah.
Politically, demographically, it's like no really other city in the country.
You never know what your room's going to be like.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like if you go to the beach, you're going to get a lot of tourists, which is fun. It's fun to go to the beach because you get people that want to come watch comedy. That is a different vibe because they're on the beach, they're on vacation. It's like, oh, let's go to this comedy show, enjoy ourselves for
As opposed to like a
couple hours, and then we'll go to the bar after. But it's like the people that come to comedy shows on the beach are a little bit of a different crowd. But like in Brickell, those motherfuckers, like they live up in the buildings. They're like super rich. They're like, no, I want to go sing karaoke.
Yeah, they're there to fucking be
Right.
fucked up.
That's right.
Like that's what they're there.
And
to
then
do.
go up to their rich ass condos. So, again, it builds you a certain muscle,
Yeah. It gives you, it's
but
like,
it can lead to bad habits. And the bad habit is like, trying new material scares me tonight. I'm not going to do it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give them a good show. And I'm just going to fart around with the crowd for 10 minutes. And you can get away with that.
and you can crush
You can get,
if
and
you know how to do it.
I mean, almost every time, not always, almost every time the person that crushes the most is the person that is the best at that.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
So,
Why not?
but it's a skill also in and of itself. Like it is a skill. If you go to a place like New
Absolutely.
York and you're in the cellar, like the cellar's pretty good because they'll places like that'll get you out fast. Like if you're like heckling or if you're talking,
Yeah.
they'll like move you out pretty quickly. But like if you really want to like be like a club comic, I feel like in the intimate spaces and you have to have some of that muscle.
Yeah.
To like
Because it's almost like training with weights on. Because even at the cellar, if you get a heckler, those people went to the comedy cellar. They know they're
Correct.
coming to
Correct.
a comedy show.
That's right.
We do what is like ambush comedy, where someone's just finishing work. They went after work. Happy hour went a little too late,
Right.
and now they're like, "What the fuck's happening?" And then
Right.
they get those people attention. So, if you can deal with those people who don't even know they're there to like see a show,
Right.
when you are in a show environment and you do get the heckler, but they're a comedy audience, you should be able to have that like tool in your tool belt.
for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's hard, but it's I think too, like I did a couple of jokes that thought they would do well because I think big city liberal, they'll be okay with this, and I was like, oh, they're younger here, and the younger age group doesn't want me to say a rape joke.
They're also not
That's
as
really
liberal
funny.
as you think they are.
I know that's what I'm
They're
saying.
very like.
Lauderdale's more liberal than they are.
I mean, there's a lot of Miami that is Republican. Like they are not a like Democrat loving space for the most part, especially the younger Hispanic community, like and white for the most part. Like they're not really about that. Like they're not gonna love the like
Yeah,
some of it.
yeah, but
Or they will. Like it's weird. It depends where you are.
but it's cool because you guys, there's a lot of rooms and there's a lot of different
Oh yeah.
places to go. Like, how many nights a week do you do comedy?
You know, I work now. Like I'm trying to like have some balance in my life. On like this week, I went out. I think Monday, Wednesday, and Monday. I can't remember. I know I did comedy last night.
Today's Thursday.
I don't know why.
It's
That was
2022.
Wednesday.
So
You're in my dungeon.
I've done it. I'll do it 3-4 times a week.
You used to do it more though, huh?
I used to do it more.
Did you used to host a couple of things too?
I used to host open mics in Miami, and then
Did you do Sweet Caroline's or was that?
yeah, I used to host the open mic at Sweet Caroline's.
I used to go there. That's when
Yeah,
I saw you crush doing like crowd work up there before too.
you've done Caroline's before.
yeah, a long time. Like
Yeah.
I think 2018
Yeah.
or early 2019. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did go there. And I had a great fun set, but it was a hard room.
Yeah.
And like, it's hard in those rooms to again get them to start listening to your material. Luckily, JJ.
I was there for that. I remember
Were
that.
you
I
there?
remember that.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes,
gave
yes.
me a very interesting intro, over the top. So I just played off that the most of the thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's-
maybe that was when we first. No, but you said at Robot probably.
No, I mean,
That's our first memory.
right? I mean, I remember.
Chicken dinner moment.
I went with this other girl I'm not friends with. Currently, Stephanie. No, no, some other. I was with some girl. I went with like Ramon, Shamil.
I mean, I don't. I'm so bad at being that. Like, if I don't have
Yeah.
a personal relationship, I'm
I
so
went with
bad
like
at
a group of West Palm people
Okay.
basically, and rode up and
I mean,
did it.
when I remember becoming I mean, obviously, when I was brand new, you were great. So you were one of the comics that I was like, fuck, like that's what you can be like when you do
Wanna be
comedy
low
for
when
a
I
couple
glow up.
years.
Wow.
You know?
That's very sweet.
So I was
Yeah,
intimidated of that. Like I remember feeling like a little intimidated.
Oh, I'm broken. It's okay. I was just
Me
having
too.
I was having like a super deep conversation with 2 comedians last night. I won't continue dropping names, but like we were talking to one, and one of them was like, "Yeah, I don't really know him that well. We just like started like hanging out at Mike's," and he was like, "You know, from the outside, you seem like you have it really all together." And I was like, nope. He's like, yeah, I can see this is a bit of, and I was like, yeah, well, thank you. He made a quick diagnosis.
Sure.
On me, and he's correct. He's very correct. But I was gonna say it earlier. I was talking to my therapist. We talked about this last episode. She's been gaslighting me a little bit, but she gave me some information.
Your therapist has been gaslighting you?
She tells me like that she knows I have multiple psychiatric like conditions and like disorders and phobias. But she won't tell me yet. She said she wants to talk more. So like just like
So she has a diagnosis of you, but is not sharing it with you?
She's cliffhanging. She's
so.
gaslighting her.
She said she wants to figure me out. This was after the first
Tune in
session.
next week.
So I'm bad.
By the way, it's all through text. I think that's
through
important
chat.
that you should know that it's through text.
So I have social anxiety.
It's through
So
text.
I don't like to talk on the phone, and I don't want to meet someone in person. In the video chat, forget about it. So I do. So we sit there and we text each other for an hour, just like an IMing, like you just sit there and you don't get off, you know. Hey.
so it's not it's you're in a chat.
You're in like a little chat.
But you did it on your phone, right?
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, it just looks like I'm texting.
Technology.
Basically. We just text each other. But so she said this thing and we were talking this week, and it made me think a lot. She was like, I was explaining like what makes me anxious and what stages, etc., and what environment am I more anxious, what environment am I less anxious in, and she was like, so it sounds, and she's like, it's just like a bomb. She's like, it sounds like when performing in a bar or a smaller venue, it's a lot easier to hide within the noise and the distractions. No one's focused on you. You know that no one's really paying attention. Therefore, there's no real expectation on what you're trying your best on. You know, like if you're doing your best joke, it's a bar crowd. They're not going to listen. So she said that can be a much more comfortable environment than as opposed to the club where they're just sitting here waiting for you and all eyes are, there's no distraction. There's nothing. They're there for you to make them laugh. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm a bar comic forever now.
Right, like there's nothing worse than bombing at the Improv
like,
than bombing at
ugh.
a tavern.
Yeah, I just never thought about it in that angle, I guess. And I was just like, okay, it makes me think a little, but on both ends, it makes me think about both, because I think no one should be afraid of either, you know? I'm afraid of both, honestly. Like I do it, but I'm afraid of both. Pretty hardcore.
I like the bar.
So,
I like a bar show.
yeah, say the bar crowds are less defeating, because I guess exactly that. I mentally know, like.
But do you also think it's also because you do get them? Like that's
eventually.
such a. I like that part because I
Yeah.
will get them. That make me go yes.
Yeah, that does feel good. That's a good feeling. But sometimes the like I don't know. I hate the fight sometimes.
I hate the fight up
Like,
top.
So if it's like a fight, it's like I'm being paid fucking $15. Like, why am I stressing myself out to get these people? Then if it never works, then you feel defeated. You tried the whole fucking time and no one gave a fuck. Like my first 2 years, that was all it was. It was just defeat, because no one could hear me. Like when a club owner is telling you like you'd be so funny if they could hear you, and I'm
Did
like,
you not put the mic to your mouth?
I definitely didn't really know how to like project, and I would like I don't know, I just held back my voice a lot more. I was nervous, I was scared. I didn't like performing. I've never like embraced being up there like like that's just not my persona. So I never was loud enough, but I eventually learned how to like hold the mic and project my vocal cords a little better. It just took practice, but you fix it, you know.
The interesting thing about like bar shows that like we do up here, like a bar show in like Boynton is very different than even a Miami bar show. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
Like being a bar comic in West Palm and being a Miami comic those are still apples and oranges. You know what I mean? Like they still don't want comedy. You're still ambushing them. You have to fight for them. But then you're also taking into account they live in Miami. They could be doing all the things you said, doing different stuff.
Yeah.
They have a different mentality. Their mindset's different. Where eventually these people are like, all right, I'm just a drunk at this fucking dive bar. So
For sure.
what does this broad have to say? All right, bitch. But everyone else like, really? Like you're this, it's just like, yeah. The first dick I ever ate that haunts me in my dreams still. I was in Miami.
Where?
At Red Bar.
At Red Bar.
But it taught me a good lesson.
Yeah.
Like immediately, I think I got funnier in like 2 days.
For sure.
Because I was like, oh, I will never let that happen again.
My first like bombing / I blanked for like 30 seconds to a minute where I just was like, and it was painful. It was in an Elks Lodge in Jupiter, and I will never ever forget it. But it made me learn. So, like I was so nervous. There was like my first kind of older crowd. It was definitely my first year, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I was like trying all my jokes, and they just were not laughing. So then I just couldn't think. I got so nervous that the first 2 jokes I tried got no reaction.
Especially if you feel like this is a good one.
Yeah, and it took them going like you can do it and
Yeah.
clapping for me, and I was like, oh my god, like, and that shit humbled me the fuck up because I was only doing really like I did robot a couple times and then like improv shows. So like getting a clean slap in the face by a dick. Oh my god, Blake, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say like, what is for all of us, it's a pretty tender moment. Like, what's like the lowest moment on stage? Like, what that sounds like for you, that's probably like the biggest moment. You're like, I gotta get out of here.
I forgot.
Don't choke to death. Lottie, what's your biggest bob or lowest moment?
Oh, I've had a couple low moments. I mean, the moments that stick out for me, I've got a couple. Number one is the time I was doing comedy in like Miami Shores. I was maybe a year and a half in. I had gotten booked on this show. It turns out it was in the backyard of a pizza restaurant in this gigantic. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I know that hellhole.
But the backyard. It wasn't
yeah,
even
with the big
inside.
fans on.
Yeah, but there was nobody there. There was 4 people there.
Oof.
And
that
then
doesn't count as a bomb.
Oh wait. It doesn't count as a bomb, but
Okay.
as I'm doing comedy, there's something happening behind me in the yard behind me. It was like Art Basel or Christmas. It was like towards the end of the year, and they killed a pig in the yard behind me.
For the pig slaughter, the pig roast?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So as I'm doing comedy, literally within earshot, you hear a pig dying.
Oh my!
Which I don't know if you've ever
Squealing.
heard. I've never heard this. I had never heard it before. It's a very visceral experience. It's a very like
I'm Cuban and I've
haunting.
never heard
It's not like a noise that is not gonna like.
Oh my god!
It stayed with me for days. That sound.
Oh
God. And then I got off stage, and then I went to
a pig being slaughtered.
Aaron Shapiro hosted a show that same night on Wynwood on 2nd Avenue on Saturday night in the like meat of the nightlife, and I went in and I murdered. And then I walked out, and you're in the nightlife, which I love. That felt so good to like leave
with that energy and that fucking high and that adrenaline through your
blood. Now you feel like the man in a place where everyone's trying to look like the man. You actually feel like the man.
And normally you wouldn't feel like that, just projecting.
Well, I'm a very self-conscious person, so in moments like that, how the opposite of Jackie, where Jackie you feel like you can hide in a crowded place. I feel the opposite, where I feel like everyone's eyes are going to be on me all the time because of my size. Like I cannot
feel the same way.
slink away. And then when I feel like that, my body language starts to try to hide. So I like start to like come in to myself.
My shoulders
and
go
lose the
like
thing.
this.
And if you see a tall guy standing like this and trying to hunch over, that's not when a woman is like, oh my God, he's so tall. When a woman says that, it's because he's standing
own your
completely
space.
straight. You own your space. So comedy taught me a lot about owning my space, living in the body that I'm in, being tall. Like now being tall is my like asset. Like
it is.
I was gonna throw in there another thing we discussed last night was that I don't think we was the 3 of us, we didn't think comics focus enough, and one of them was like an actor. So he was saying like they do this acting exercise where like they just walk up to a stranger and the stranger says the first thing that they notice about the person, and it's rough, but like that's just so you hear what the first thing people notice about you is, and you figure out, your thing, but you're.
And if you go up to a random stranger, that what they would say they would answer. Would you do that if someone's like, "Tell me what you think about me"? First thought.
Well, it's
I'm
like
like,
an
what the
acting
fuck?
exercise.
Right.
Oh,
It's not just the thing they do. So he was saying that, but like, so you have like, realistically, when we walk on stage, no one knows who the fuck we are.
That's
They
right.
don't know a thing about us. They see us.
That's right.
They absolutely are judging everything about us, but not
Yes.
not in a judgy way. They're trying to figure us out. They're
trying to place you. What is this person?
So we have an avatar, is what he was saying on stage. So we have an avatar, and we have to understand who we are physically,
That's right.
accept it, and not talk about it, but be aware of it. Even how we're acting. Even you can't be fucking giant and screaming at the stage
That's
and
right.
standing over people. Like that's
right.
threatening. That's an aggressive body language.
Mhm.
If you're taller, stand in the back of the stage and fucking yell at people.
Mhm.
You know, like
Oh, okay.
there's just simple things that we could be paying attention to when we're on stage based on our avatar.
Did he have any other good tips? I like those.
Well, so we we're saying like for me, like instantly I was just like, well, I always right when I get on stage, I move the mic and I move the stool like I'm gonna really take up some room, like I'm gonna do some shit, and then I'm like, and I do not my feet. So I just said I was like my feet are planted and
You
like
swivel.
almost like they're not gonna see me if I don't move. So I'm just just like hide in plain sight basically.
I
and
love
just
the way you stand
there.
on stage. I love it. I love it.
I think I need to move more, and a lot of people have told me engage in the crowd, take up the stage. I'm trying to I always do the 3-point thing, and I'll address something here, something like I do have mental like checklists I do, but like as far as like I don't think I need to walk to the like how are you doing and walk over here and like I don't think I have to do. All
I don't
of
do that.
I
I,
mean, if
naturally move when I want
Yeah,
to.
say I can.
I can
turn
tell when
my-
I've been talking to the side for too long.
I can angle my body language a little bit. So yeah, persona, any obvious quality about us is something perfect to hit on.
That's right.
Material wise, which is why I've been doing versions of not being gay since I started.
Mhm.
Like,
MILF joke.
yeah, we know who we are, whether it sucks or not.
Yeah.
We can't fucking do anything about it. So I'm gonna look like a little boy, and I'm gonna make jokes about it because that's the first thing they think. They think, oh, cute girl kind of looks like a dude. I know that. I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine with it. And if I say it and you catch them on it, they're like, oh.
And isn't that the whole reason we're funny is so we can embarrass ourselves before you embarrass us, or we say
we
the
need
thing.
to be a step ahead.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's why I make fun of myself on stage about
Yeah.
my appearance because, and sometimes I'll get like groans. I'm like, it's fine. I
Yeah.
have mirrors. I have.
They say we know who we are, and we need to know physically who we are when we're up there, because that's again all when we walk up. That's all they have is exactly what we're wearing, how we're like
Right.
as we judge people when they walk up to us.
Have you ever
Like-
worn something on stage and that I've worn, been like I think I had a weird performance because of what I was wearing.
Yes, all the time. You need to feel good. It look good to feel good.
I do better when I hide my tattoos.
Interesting.
I do too. A lot.
You do?
better. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Gay jokes would hit harder, but the innocent thing
The innocent thing
works
goes
a lot
away.
better, especially when I
Oh.
do like young jokes, because
That's your most
this
endearing thing.
does say when I play that I'm super young and saying on
And everyone
stuff.
like everybody
Yeah.
loves you because you're so
my
wet. Oh,
God,
you're
I'm
baby
so
tiny.
dirty.
Hey, babe.
I'm
so
so
small.
But yeah, if I play looking like a kid, I think it works in my favor.
Yeah,
almost,
you're very likable
almost
that way.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look like a Nazi, so I have to like play that. Like my whole act is basically moving
See, but
away.
it's also such perspective, because like I've been looking at your tattoos and I'm like, wow, I didn't know you had tattoos. I like tattoos. Like I've been looking at them and admiring them. I think we never know. That's what sucks. Like we never. Some
Like,
people
what
exactly.
are you like Hispanic? Are you just a white?
I am a Jewish man.
Oh my God, I can't.
You have the
believe it.
cutest
I'm done, I'm
nose
done.
for a Jewish person.
I'm done.
Look at
I
his
love Jewish
nose.
men. I can't believe.
You didn't know I was Jewish?
Look at your nose.
I love a Jewish
I
nose.
noticed
I really
your nose
do.
earlier, and I was like, wow, he has a perfect little petite
Oh my God,
nose.
I'm so verklempt right now.
Tiny. Don't try to flirt with me with
So
with Yiddish. Don't try to Yiddish me. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know I was Jewish.
I think I knew.
Blake
Oh,
knows.
wow.
Blake knows I'm
about it
Jewish.
last time.
Blake knew I was Jewish.
I think we did already discuss it before.
I think I mean I don't.
I mean, I
I'm
talk
gonna add
about
that
it.
to my
I
shrine.
talk about it on
Right.
stage. Like, yeah.
Maybe I did
Grew
know.
up-
I had
grew
a
up
couple
Jewish.
concussions.
You know
this
what?
year.
I do remember. I believe
Yeah, I
your
think
first set at
yeah.
Robot. I'm thinking about it because your Cox joke. I want to say it was a contest. Did you ever do a contest?
I mean, not at
any
not
contest.
at Robot, I don't think. But you know what? Okay, this is my first time we were roasting Mikey Cavo.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't come because you didn't want to do the roast.
No, yeah, I told him I didn't want. I don't do roast.
Correct.
I think I went and I watched a little bit of it. I didn't catch the whole.
Yeah,
thing,
I think you
but-
did. You were
Yeah,
there for
okay,
sure.
Yeah.
You were there.
Okay.
And yeah,
Very
I remember
jealous.
just like that was my first showcase, right? That was my first time
okay.
ever doing anything. I did not go to my high school reunion that night
Oh my god.
because I was like,
Hell yeah.
fuck those
I got
people. I don't
booked,
care.
motherfucker.
I got booked on my
But-
first
and I'm
comedy
booked.
show. I would have done the same thing.
If people would have been like, first of all, I had
I'll
to spend
stop by and do five.
$60 to go to some fakakta fucking bar in Brickell to go see people that, I'll be honest with you, like I hang out with people from my high school now.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend money. Like
Yeah.
the people I want to hang out with for
You
the
see
most
them.
part,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna see. And like, yes,
And
it
everybody
would
else
be
you stalk on
nice.
social media.
It would be nice to go to your high school reunion and do that thing where it's like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
been so long, dude. Text me, and then we do the thing. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna text you right now, dude.
should
I'm gonna
totally go to
text you,
brunch. Let's do brunch.
dude. Football
brunch.
game, football,
Yes.
dude. Next
God.
weekend, the Dolphins, dude.
Dude,
They
love-
play the Bills, and you got to do that thing.
Play the Bills.
And then it's like a
go to a
couple
Bills
weeks, and then it just you know what I mean? And then
another
and
10
then,
you go to
and
your
then
20,
5 years,
yeah,
just
15.
bro, what happened, man? We were supposed to get a beer.
Another
I know.
kid,
Yeah.
another 20 pounds.
Right.
If you didn't graduate, do you still get invited?
No.
Yeah. Why not?
You can go. It's your world.
Why not? Yeah. Exactly.
I
Who's
think
gonna
I'm
stop
the
you?
coolest person who went to
For
that,
sure.
that grade.
Why don't they hire
I
you to
think.
do time?
Fuck my high school. Sorry.
Do you know how I know you would be
So
the
sorry.
coolest person at your high school reunion?
Why?
Because for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
if anyone, when everyone goes around and does the like, what do you do for a living? And people
Yeah.
are going to say what? They're going to say, oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, I work for the president. Oh, I
done that.
am
I've done that.
having sex with an astronaut. Like any of the thing, if you go, I do stand-up comedy. People go, what the fuck? It's like such a,
Yeah, I don't think I know.
people
anyone
really,
else.
really have a strong reaction.
But she hates
Sometimes
that though.
they.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for
We
Well,
all
no,
do. We all do. Because then you get put
but-
on a spot. They want
don't
something
hate it.
from
I
you.
like the
Yeah, but
attention.
low key, I wish like my friends from high school don't acknowledge that I do stand up at all, and it kind of hurts my feelings just because I know they used to think I was funny, so I know I
I have
one
that.
nice comment
Yeah.
I think they did when I very first started, but that shit's long gone. Occasionally one will hit me up how can I get free tickets to the Improv, or if I'm hosting for someone really
And
cool,
that's shitty
they'll
because you
hit
did
me
grow
up.
up around here. They should come out
Yeah,
to your shows.
I live.
You should have a following
I'm
like
still
built in.
near my home club. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I grew up 25, 30 minutes tops away. Wellington is very west. That's it. Shout out Wellington.
Fuck them too.
No, Wellington's gotten really nice.
Never been.
I
Never
went back-
been.
I gotta
You've
take.
never been to
We're gonna
Wellington?
do it. We're
I
doing.
keep
We're gonna
saying
do
I gotta
content trip. We're
take
gonna
a
go to
tour.
Wellington.
We're gonna take a big
with a mall.
big car. Go to the Wellington Mall. That'll
Blake's gotta
end
get
it.
soup.
We'll
So
go
will I.
to the Panera I used to go to on
They
my
have
breaks at
Cinnabon?
Starbucks. Gosh, no Cinnabon. No.
Mm. What about like an Auntie Anne's?
Okay.
Totally,
You could-
3 of them.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
you went back. All right, fine.
They have 2 kiosks and the regular store.
Bitch, I love a kiosk.
It's too many.
So this is like a thriving mall. I used to
Yeah,
be a
it's a big
mall
mall.
person. I used to love the mall.
Love the mall.
Love shopping.
Grew up in the mall in high
I
school.
mean, I
right?
got these shoes at
Yeah, I
the
was
mall.
gonna say every Friday,
your-
Saturday, go to Wellington Mall, walk around.
Did they have a movie theater?
Yes, now they do. They didn't before, but now they have a very big fancy theater that I love. It's very expensive, but I do really enjoy it.
I love
It's
I
cool.
love a movie theater. I love going to the movies. It's,
Yeah. Oh, I
do
love
too.
going
I like-
to the movies.
I like going
I
by
love going.
myself.
People hate it, but I love it.
I love the
Oh, I
movies.
love it. I
I
love
just
the
don't like the
food.
people.
Hate
But
the people.
then when you go to the
Go
expensive
during
ones,
the day or something.
but the riffraff don't come to the expensive
Yes.
ones. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
Go at fucking
Go to an
3
expensive one
o'clock or
in a
some
midday or a Sunday,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
and no
yeah,
one's there, and you're by
yeah.
yourself, and it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nice.
shit.
You don't have to worry
I
about.
love chicken tenders.
Yeah.
They're
And the,
popcorns.
the legs that come out now.
Oh,
you take your shoes
yeah.
off.
Have you been to iPick?
Yes.
Don't take
of
your
course.
shoes off.
Why not?
Fucking. So far, you're bombing on this date.
What?
You asked the price. You took your shoes off in the theater.
Listen, all right.
You're not
let's
getting
be
it over
honest.
the
Let's
pants
be
hand
honest.
job.
If I'm on a date with someone,
OTHP.
I got to be me. You know what I mean? For the most part.
Yeah, it's the
Like, you
problem
gotta,
why I'm
like-
single. But my dad says, just don't be yourself, like right away. You know, like don't.
Yeah.
No,
Gotta be
but I
me.
can't help it.
Keep it
I can only
down.
contain it for about 15 minutes.
Listen, there
Or
might
2
be
cocktails.
if it's a first date.
15 minutes.
First of all, we would not be going to an iPick for the first date.
Why?
Why
Because
not?
movies are the worst date ever for.
Yeah,
I mean, of course not. You can't
that's
talk.
hey, I don't want to get to know you.
You can't
Correct.
talk, but your bodies are close, but you don't feel comfortable touching each other yet.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. God,
Maybe like drinks before and then movie. But I don't
But even
drink.
then you have to commit to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you go on a date and it's just drinks.
It's the best.
You
In
can do one drink and we're out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never see each other ever again.
Yeah.
But if you commit
Same thing with the
to
dinner.
the movie,
Yeah.
but the dinner is even the good thing about the dinner is the hard stop.
Yeah.
Dinner is like it ends, it comes to an end, and then there's a natural rhythm of being like, all right, I'm gonna go home now, and you will go home too. But at a drink, it can be a little awkward to be like one drink.
What if you don't drink?
What if you don't?
Coffee.
Coffee's good
What if
too.
you don't drink coffee?
Tea. You can get tea at the coffee place, right?
I do like tea.
Yeah.
Go to a hookah lounge.
No, the coffee's
What
good.
if you don't smoke hookah?
Hookah lounge, opium den, great
Go to
first
opium
date.
den?
I would love
Yeah.
see for me, because I'm a pothead, but I'm also shy. A perfect date for me would be like getting high in the car or something. And
High on the beach.
talking.
That's up it a
Or
little
high
bit.
on the beach.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
High somewhere else. I love smoking.
I like
weed
high outside. I
Yeah.
love high outside.
Being outside. So that would be really nice. But I don't drink or anything. And for me, I have to I almost need to be able to hang out with you after I smoke a joint. Like I need to know whether we mesh well when I'm in that state, because I'm always in that.
There you go.
So
Smart.
Yeah.
And I feel like you might do better with being more one-on-one with someone at first, and then you can go in public with them.
Yeah, totally.
Like you're not trying to go eat chick tens on a first
also,
date.
yes, because also the other person I'm with, their behavior in public also makes me anxious.
Oh.
Like I don't like. I
Yeah.
hate being with someone who's being very rude or like loud. Like I just don't. I hate being. I was at a table with a bunch of comedians. Stephanie was not there. And they were being so fucking loud. And there
worst.
was like a couple having like a romantic dinner right behind us, and like
Where are you at?
we were in Del Rey at this nice place, some fancy place. I don't know. It was after Doghouse Theater. I think we talked about it before on here. I think Charlie talked about it. Charlie was there. It was Charlie and Steve and Rob. I don't care. It's Charlie and Steve, Steve Lamb and Charlie Ascirillo. And they were just like, Steve was just like yelling aggressive shit. You know him. And I just was like fucking freaking out on the inside. And I just wanted to leave. I was like, don't like. So I'm nervous. I'm gonna go out with you, and that person's gonna be that fucking person, and and I'd have to leave immediately. Otherwise, I'll have a panic attack. Like I can't do
Jackie's
it.
left multiple restaurants.
Yes.
Good for you.
I gotta get out of here.
Thank
Good for
you.
you. I've had a panic attack in a restaurant before.
On a date?
No, not on
You were
a
just
date.
by
I
yourself
don't. Yes, I don't.
No.
at the food court in the mall.
I recently ran out of a Target.
Okay.
That was my. I haven't gone since. It sucks.
Oh, you love a tea.
It's been about a month
Oh
since
no.
I've gone in
You going to
Target.
Walmart? What are you
Okay.
doing, guy?
Not going anywhere. I'm like,
You just ordering shit
I
online?
just, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, do little groceries here and there. You know.
Dude, what I was gonna say, when you go on a first date, Lonnie,
Yeah.
do you split the bill?
No, I pay for it.
Nice. All right.
Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go to an expensive place.
You shouldn't do that on a first date. You're
No.
setting the bar too high.
That's right. But I will.
You
I
go to
will
it.
pick
That's
up the
why
bill.
I think drinks are even better. I actually don't want to eat a meal with you if I don't fucking
That's
know
right.
you.
And eating a meal is
Yeah.
intimate.
Yes,
Yes.
that's why I don't like going.
I don't
out
want to put food
eat.
in my. I don't want to eat in front of most people, and I definitely don't want to eat with someone that I'm trying to like.
Put you
maybe,
very on the spot. Very on the spot.
I mean,
It's face to face. It's
Yeah.
close.
and
It's
then
like
there's
eye
the
contact.
waiters right there, and they're like, there's so much, and then you have to
I
like
do
order
not-
drinks. It's just a lot.
I've never gone to dinner with a man unless I've already been like I'm already with them
Right.
and I'm already committed.
Guys, I don't know if I can ever go on a first date again.
Yeah, no,
So-
you don't need to. Just keep dating
myself.
your dog. I was gonna
My
say.
dog.
I was
Keep dating my
gonna say
dog.
Pig or Charlie.
Dude, well, I mean, he's not gonna live forever, so
Mm.
maybe then. Have you ever been on a dating app?
Yeah, been on dating apps.
And you've gone on dates with these broads?
I have.
Which ones are you on? Just asking.
So I can start swiping really quick.
Which ones are you?
What? There's like Hinge. There's Bumble. There's Tinder, obviously, and
You've gone on all of them?
I mean, in the course of my life.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Is it?
I mean, I don't, or desperate. I don't know. I'm too lazy to do that.
I find the process, it's draining, but it's fun. Dating is fun. You get to go to cool places. People teach you things. Like if you listen,
You have such a positive attitude.
they teach you stuff. I learned some great stuff on dates that I've gone with people I've never met. I never spoke to again. Like I was like, okay, we don't work, but like they taught me something cool.
You normally can get a bit out of stuff.
I've
I
can
always
do
say
some
that.
bits from dates,
Okay.
but like I learned about some great bands. I learned about Krungbin from a date. It's a great band. I like it a
Great
lot.
band.
When's the next time they're in town? Let's go.
I don't know, but I would definitely go to a show. Do you know who Krungbin is? Have you ever
No,
heard?
but maybe you can introduce
No?
me and teach me on a date.
They're like they basically sound like you're in a bar in 1975 in Saigon.
Wow.
It's like funk. It's like the shit. It's like
never seeing this girl
Send it to
again,
me in my
though.
Spotify.
Send
They told me that Apple Music was for
a
old people.
link.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
I also have Apple Music. I don't. Care.
I have Spotify. I just don't
I just
listen to
don't
music
care
on
enough.
it.
Like
I use
whatever.
Spotify because I listen to a lot of music all the
Mhm.
time, and I like making playlists and stuff. But, like,
Listen-
where we at time wise, real quick? Okay. Wow,
we've been doing
glad I
great.
asked. Lukewarms.
Well, yeah, I don't have that many. Sure. Okay. Well, actually, I was gonna ask you one other question.
okay,
You went to New York recently, right?
I did.
Did you love it? What did you do? Give us a little summary.
Okay, I went with Aaron Shapiro, my really good bud.
Love
Shouts out.
Aaron is a very very talented, handsome
Go getter,
individual.
fucking hustler.
Fuck yes, that's why I love him.
Yeah.
Because he keeps me in perspective. He's a professional entertainer. He's a professional host,
Mm-hmm.
college professor. Like he knows what he's doing. He's not messing around. He has this podcast set up, studio. He's been very kind to me with his his energy, his time, his expertise. He's constantly like trying to get me on camera, and he's taught me so much about. Great friend. Anyway,
He's a great guy.
great guy. We go to and fellow Jew, which I'm not. Which it sounds funny, but there is the like
Of course.
when a Jew meets
Yeah.
a Jew, we're like, okay,
I'm
Okay.
1% Jewish.
In good company.
good for you.
Thank
My
you.
stepmom is Jewish.
How's that for you?
We celebrate Hanukkah, so
Do you get along with your stepmom now?
yeah.
Good.
She listens. She's one of 5 subscribers.
Good. I'm glad that you get along with her. It's not everybody gets along with step parents. I didn't get along with my stepfather.
Yeah.
But I like my stepmom.
Yes, it's weird. It's unique to have a step parent you like.
Well,
My stepmom used to sexually harass you, I think, didn't she? Didn't she come up to you, touch your
Once or
face?
twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
it runs in the family.
Shouts out
I guess.
Kimchi. I love her.
Used
Yeah,
to
it does. It
it.
does.
It runs in the family.
We're not even related.
It's in the water in Chicago, I guess. Sexual assault. But yes, I went to
It's
New York.
harassment, not assault. We have not upgraded to an assault yet.
Is that different? Yeah, I guess it is different.
Yeah, I know about assaults and harassments, for sure.
Oh, so
But yeah, did you go? Did you do the cellar? Did you do
I
an
mean, I
open
didn't
mic
get
there?
on stage at the cellar. No, I
Oh,
don't.
that they did an open mic there.
No. Not that I knew.
I thought it would be one of those like 4
the
o'clock. There's a
cellar-
line around the building kind of things.
No, the line is around the building for every show, because people just wait for standby,
wow.
like around both corners. It's an incredible place. But I did get to go. I saw Mark Norman right there. It was
Wow.
awesome. He popped in. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
But I missed David Tell at 2:00 in the morning.
Ah!
Damn.
Who,
my ultimate
my
fave.
favorite.
It's my
so
ultimate favorite.
Damn.
I was very upset to have missed him, but I got to see Mark Norman. I went to Stand Up New York. I saw Matt Broussard. He's come down here a lot. Matt Broussard.
Yeah.
His girlfriend also, who's
very funny.
she's also funny. And then John Oliver popped in,
Wow.
and he hadn't done comedy in 2 years.
Wow.
And he did comedy the first
That's
night. And he
pretty
just
cool.
comes out, just walked right in, and
Damn.
did comedy.
How
It was
much time
dope.
did he do?
30 minutes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you could tell it was new as a comic.
Yeah, but like.
But it was still good
for
from him.
Still
Like,
amazing. of
Yeah,
course.
but
no.
remember, he also has the writing staff
Oh,
who
true.
works for him. Like that's
Yeah,
his writing
very
staff.
true.
So he's like, look at my jokes
Yeah.
for me. Like help me write this thing. And
God,
yeah,
I
it was like
wish.
it was a lot like the show, but his show is a lot like his stand up. So I
Yeah.
can't say that like he picked writers for that show that speak in his voice.
I love it.
You
I
know what
love
I
that
mean?
show. It's very bop bop bop.
It's stand up basically. So
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
we had some interesting times. We had a lot. I love New York. My mom's from New York, so I have a love for it. I've never lived there.
Would you?
Yes,
Are you going to move?
yes.
When?
I don't know.
So me,
I
Don't
feel
do
like the universe is going to
Let you know.
lay a choice ahead of me in
Oh, okay.
an undetermined amount of years.
Charlie wants to go too at some point. If you guys would be cute little bears together.
We can do it. We can
could-
snuggle. We can keep each other
Yeah,
warm.
I don't know. Don't you need a roommate?
There's a lot of body heat coming off of the two of us.
Yeah.
No
you have a
heater
really low.
necessary.
Yeah, low
There's
bill.
two people who want to go to New York who need roommates. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But do you believe in like you're not gonna stress out about it. It'll just present itself to you.
No, absolutely not. I have to go. What are we talking about?
You said like
Moving
in
to
an
New York.
undue amount of time, the universe will
present me with a choice, which
Yeah.
is like you either going to continue in your career where you stand to make a tremendous amount of like influence and money at like my career that I'm in now professionally, or give that up and become an entertainer, like a professional stand-up comedian. So
Why haven't you hit that fork in the road yet?
because I don't know, I got started in my life a little bit late. Like I didn't graduate college on time. I just kind of farted around most of my 20s.
Do you think like can you imagine what
terms
would
of-
like put you in that position?
Yeah, like what would put me in that position is like, okay, here's this opportunity to run a company or, be in the C-suite of a pretty large organization.
So you don't know what you would choose.
No, I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. If somebody puts mid six figures in my face
Yeah,
and is
'cause-
like,
yeah.
and is like, here's $750,000 a year to run your life. You get the company car. You can use the jet.
Here's your hot new girlfriend.
No, or like, here's your 7 hot new girlfriends in every city.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Noted.
Now, if someone is like ding 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 ding, like that carrot, and then the other carrot of like,
It's all the way over
bro, you're
there.
gonna go hustle your ass off in New York and like grind as a comic. You'll turn into a gangster. You'll turn into a monster
You
comedian.
will turn in. You would.
Monster comedian.
You-
But it's or thing. So that makes
But
me
don't
try to
you-
think of
you
like
know you could be a monster comedian enough that you would make that money.
correct.
That's what you have
Which
to
is
think.
the,
You have to
like-
be that confident.
Yeah.
I'll
Correct.
make this money
get
when
it.
I do the
That's
other
right.
thing.
But it's a fucking grind.
Yeah, but you can definitely do it, Lonnie.
It's not about doing it. It's about when
Do you wanna
someone
do the work?
in that moment. Yes, I love it enough to do the work. But in the moment, if the kids are looking at me and the wife and if that's there, and you're like,
I'm gonna need you to move to New York before you get married and have
well,
children.
this is the thing. This is the thing, right? So this is what makes the conversations difficult, and the like I don't know, but also I do want the wife and the kids, so that is also important to me, but not anytime soon.
Would you be
So-
satisfied with doing the big office corner office job with the kids and the picket fence and all that shit, and still being able to do comedy down here and like becoming like a big fish in a little pond?
Well,
and
right,
you
that's-
can make you wouldn't even do it for the money at that
No.
point. You would just do it because you wanted to do
Yeah,
it.
but you'd like open for the
You
Dave
could-
Chappelle.
Yeah, you could work
absolutely.
at the Improv. Yeah,
Yeah.
That
I
might be a
mean,
nice happy
that's
medium.
maybe.
Yeah.
But the reason I got into comedy, that you asked me for so long, like, why didn't I get into comedy for years and years and years until I was 28 years old, is because the reason I had to do it is because I got into the moment in my life where I was like, if I don't do this, my life is over. There's no point in me doing this if I don't try.
Yeah.
And now that try thing, to my mind, is kind of like New York. So to answer
Yeah.
your question, like, I don't think I would be satisfied if I never gave it a shot.
Yeah.
And when I went to New York, I kind of went there with that intention in my mind. I was like, I am going to leave New York, Manhattan. I'm going to leave that city from this trip with, in my mind, am I going to pursue comedy as a career, or am I going to love comedy forever, but it'll be a hobby of mine? Because it's a time in my life to figure out exactly where the energy is going to go, because I've only got 24 hours a day, and I've only got enough. And I'll be 32 on Wednesday. Like, I'm not.
Oh, happy early
Thank you. I'm not like I'm not 16, and I still have plenty of time, I think, unless the icebergs melt, which could happen. But
Miami's gonna sink into the ocean for sure.
100%,
Yeah, but while we're alive,
most likely.
we'll be doing cocaine and dancing to reggaeton. It'll
Yeah,
be
no, we'll be living in Minnesota or Wyoming or whatever new
My
city
grandparents live in Homestead.
comes. Yeah, I mean,
They'll be underwater. I don't know if they can swim. But like,
yeah.
We'll go pick him up. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Give him a floaty. Blake got you a
Yeah.
floaty for Christmas.
Hopefully, we
No
have
problem.
time. We have notice. It's not going to happen overnight. Hopefully.
Yeah, but no, I do see what you're saying. Like, okay, this is, and for you, I feel like a lot of other comics don't have I don't want to say a lot. Let me use my words better. A lot of other comics don't have a day job, or they have a part-time job, or they don't have a career that's a job. They just have a job.
Yeah.
Like you have a career, something that you could have a retirement plan and stock options and
Yeah.
you know, all
Yeah,
that
that
shit, like
changes
insurance for your
things.
family. Like you know, like that's completely different than like, you know, I work part-time at, you know, you know, the deli or
Yeah,
like
so a
you
lot of
know.
people work because they just have to, but they didn't. We didn't get a career. We don't have a fucking like a thing.
Yeah, it's
to
just like
work
a means to an
towards.
end,
It's just to
'cause-
get the bills.
because they're just doing comedy, but you have these two. Yeah, because most other people would like that other life too, but don't a part of you think like, I don't know.
The other life of the career, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, listen, I got incredibly lucky when it came to this. Like, I worked for my family's business, doing corporate like staffing, HR kind of stuff. Like,
Like recruiting.
correct. So
used
I
to do
did
that
that for
kind of
10
stuff.
years almost, you know, and just got lucky. You know, I got the right uterus for the most part. Luckily, I have a head on my shoulders. So with that,
Good uterus, good shoulders, good head.
Good head.
good
Yeah,
head.
I'm glad you have a good uterus.
Well, I came out of one.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Glad you have a good uterus.
it was a good uterus to come out of.
Props to your mom's uterus.
Props to her.
Oh,
Props
to
to
you.
Dad.
Props to Adele, but
Props
that's
to
Blake's
Rusty for
mom.
making it happen.
Rusty, oh, love it. What's
Rusty Cox.
Rusty Cox.
That's the first joke. That was the
Rusty
joke
Cox,
I
Rusty
remember.
Cox.
yeah.
What's your mom's name?
Robin.
Robin
Cox.
Robin Gay Cox. That's true. GAE. Robin Gay Cox.
She robbing them gay guys.
Right,
You're rubbing them gay cocks.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're so funny. I think you should go to New York. You're just naturally funny.
Fine. I'll go to New York. I'll go right
You have
now.
a good confidence. You have a nice stage presence.
Thank you.
You're likable. You're smart. You got the good business mentality, and
you.
I can't wait for us to
I
get
think
married.
you'll be very successful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate that. That means a lot
Want to see that
coming
special?
from you two. I look up to both of you. You know,
Because I'm really tall.
Well, I mean, you've done good things in
Thanks, Lonnie.
overall. I mean, how long are you doing comedy, Jackie?
Now I'm like 5.5 years.
Okay, 5.5, and you like 3.5, right?
Not even.
3. I mean, you've both done a tremendous amount in what's a relatively brand new stand-up career in the scale of things.
But we're ladies, so
Yeah.
it's easier for us.
No,
No, but thank you. I appreciate you saying.
Well, you have to deal with stuff that I don't have to deal with, right?
Yes.
Like when I go to a show, I don't ever have to deal with anyone being like, I am going to try to have this person have sex with me, and I'm going to use whatever is at my disposal to get that to happen. I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with like physical intimidation or like, I don't have to deal with any of that. So you do. That's something that's like on your minds.
And you're like
Plus,
learning how to like tap dance around it.
correct.
So you're not like making them angry at you, but you're setting a clear boundary.
Because there's like a line that you have to walk.
Right.
When I am like, if someone crosses a line with me, I'm able to just be like, fuck off. Like, leave me. Like, I don't have
Does
to
that to
be,
me.
I don't need finesse
Yeah.
Yeah.
necessarily, which is like, in and of itself, very like it's easier.
Yeah, it's a weird way to try to navigate someone like kind of sexually being weird to you.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't want to say like a word attached to it, but like, yeah, it is weird to be like, huh, I don't want to make you mad, but please don't touch me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
And book me on your next show.
So that's not something
Please.
I ever have to deal with, right? So you have to deal with that plus performance anxiety, plus all the shit that I have to deal with that like I have to work myself through to get on stage. You have to do that too, plus an added layer that I don't have to deal with.
Plus,
Quite
they
frankly.
think there's what's this girl or
Yeah.
woman have to say? Like, I feel like for me, my opening few jokes and few minutes are the most crucial of my set.
For sure.
Because if they don't like, and for everybody for sure, but I think just like ladies in general, you have to make them trust you even more. And I think, and maybe I'm just saying that because I'm a woman,
No,
Well,
that's
but
true.
100%
I kinda
is
think that's true.
You have to care
Yeah.
more about your appearance,
but not too much.
than we do. Well, what I'm saying is you can't be
Yeah.
supposed the laws. You can't be overdone. You know, you can't be overdressed, which is like a weird. You would never say that to a dude. Like you never tell me like you
but-
can't wear a
You
tuxedo.
say it's okay for a guy to wear a fucking blazer,
Whatever you want.
sports jacket,
Whatever you want. I don't have a rule really.
Yeah, but I have told girls before, like, why are you wearing a prom dress on stage?
Right.
But really, why are you wearing a prom dress on stage?
Um,
Also, I would love to wear a prom dress on
yeah.
stage.
Me too.
Me
That
too.
sounds so fun. I love prom.
I love prom.
I had really dry dresses. Yeah. No, we did that one video together where, remember, it was me, you, Aaron Shapiro, and a whole bunch of female
I
comics?
I wasn't in the video, but yes,
Yeah.
you did the it was like the
Like
breast
women-
cancer awareness,
Women's
right?
Appreciation Month.
Women's Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
Right.
To be coming out next year. But it is just interesting, like, especially when we're all like in that room, and I remember like thinking, even like telling, like having different perspectives of almost trying to like see the guy's side of it. Because my thing is I never want to play victim. And I always say you get to hit on me one time, but that's it. If
Okay.
I say no, and then there's no, I'm sorry, I don't listen
sure.
to my own rules with you. But but that's like generally my rule. Like, and then if I say like, not for it, and then you don't continue to be weird, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
if you show up with your tits out, someone's gonna probably compliment that your tits are out. We're also comics, and we just bust each other's chops. And I don't know. I feel like it's not like you're asking for it, but it is a weird line. You
I'll
have
say
to,
it.
like,
You're asking for it.
You think so?
Yes.
Ooh,
You know
hot,
who,
scorching hot
You know who
take.
comments on my tits? No one. You know who comments on my ass? No one.
But
Like-
why? But I don't know. I think if you're an established comic and you're famous, you can take your tits out. Maybe like Nikki Glaser and
Yeah,
some
if
of her
it's your
specials.
look, if it's your look, by all means. But I don't think that like
But to have that look, I'm saying, is hard. To have that look initially and to
Yeah.
go bop around town here.
one or the other. Either show your legs or show your upper, but not both.
That's what I say. Show your legs or show your
Yeah,
arms.
one or the other. Don't show all of it. Because then no one's listening to you. They're just looking at you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm looking at you. And I don't want to fuck you. So if I'm looking at you, everyone else is also. The dudes are all just. Occasionally they'll look up at your face, but they're,
And we've said it before, like the girl's gonna hate you, and then the guy can't like you
Yeah.
because he's gonna think the girl is gonna be mad at
Yeah,
if
see,
you
also a
laughing.
crowd doesn't really enjoy like talking to someone like super fucking confident and has it all together. Like they like to watch our failures.
Yeah.
You know,
A little
like,
bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't want to go.
I was
see
thinking
just-
about slutting it up on stage more, just to
I think you
just
could.
to experiment with it.
You cover a lot, so you totally.
I did
could.
wear some tighter black shirts on stage recently, and even Shira noticed. She goes, "I know your shirt was tighter on stage today." I go, "Thanks." But I definitely don't. I feel the first time I ever did comedy, the first time I ever performed at the Improv with New Faces, I wore high heels.
Oh my gosh.
I wore high heels, skinny black jeans, a Ramones t-shirt, and a black blazer.
'Kay.
What a
That's a
fucking
cute outfit.
dork.
I like that outfit actually. I love Ramones.
But yeah, I was like, why am I wearing high heels?
I don't totally hate
But
on
maybe
high
I was
heels.
thinking of switching it up a little bit. I'm gonna get some different pants. I'm gonna get dress pants
Okay.
instead of skinny.
Okay.
And then maybe wear a different kind of shoe. Why am I talking about my fashion on here? But I don't know. I think I like to experiment with the way I look sometimes. Like sometimes I'll dress like a piece of shit, like wear a flannel on stage, but I have to be at like a bar show. You know what I mean? Like Minda's talked to me about that before too. She's like, I think I have to stop wearing these flannels on stage. I was like, I think you probably should.
Minda looks very gay. Yeah. like Minda Mo.
Yeah, you know her. But yeah, that's something you don't even have to consider, and then you don't have to like. It doesn't take you any time to do your hair and makeup. I mean,
Nope.
you're naturally
Well,
beautiful.
I do have to do my beard.
Yeah.
Beard takes a little bit of work.
How
Yeah,
much
I can
time
see
are we
that
talking here,
mustache
guy?
gets like a fresh cut.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually just recently
Okay.
cut the mustache because it was like, I mean, I looked like Yosemite
Don't
Sam.
do that.
Like I had
Don't-
that thing.
don't
No,
do
I
that.
love it. I love the like.
I love it.
It's swag. I like the swag. I want to get gold teeth on the bottom 6.
Whoa.
Listen,
You from Miami, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to get earring. I mean, my ears
is
are
what
pierced, but I want to get
Miami
new
does.
earrings. So
What kind of earring? Like a stud or
just
a
studs,
hoop?
yeah, like little diamonds.
Real diamonds or CZs from a mall kiosk?
What do you think you're dealing with?
Dude, six-figure
He's got a
six-figure
job.
guy over here.
He's got-
I think you're
Your
dealing with me.
confidence? Can you
He
rub
has a
this off on me?
career.
Like, how did
Well,
you
here's the
get
thing:
this?
is I'm not that confident. It's just I've.
Are you faking it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
It's important.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I fake a lot.
I
of
have
things.
a
we think
very
we all
good
fake it.
like actor, and I grew up a fat kid. I grew up like a fat kid, and I just like the intersections of me like being a fat kid and then growing up around black people. Like those two rivers met at the right time.
And you made a hilarious comment.
So the voice in my head that like tells me things in social settings is the voice of my best friend Daryl, who I met when I was 12 years old, and he is always like yelling at me the things he used to yell at me when we were 12 years old, which is like,
Man.
you know, make sure. My dad is also a very like pressed man. My dad is very like, he doesn't leave the house in like wrinkles or anything ever. Like he's very sharp individual. He's Texan cowboy, but still
My
very
family's
like
like that too. My parents are like that.
so I always want to. I used to wear like fucking like kids shirts, like Aladdin, Tabasco hot sauce, like
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
graphic tee.
Yeah.
But for you, it's dope. Like you
Yeah, you-
always have
you-
like
yeah.
that's a fresh shirt. Like it reminds me of the ones you get at the fair. Like
Hell yeah.
it's hard. It's dope though. It's like my
Okay.
Target. I used to wear Target shirts.
Okay.
Okay, the sriracha shirt.
Should I stop? I had the
No,
sriracha
but
shirt.
my point is it's different for you and me. Like you have to
Yeah.
understand what you look like.
Our avatars.
So if
Avatars.
I wear that shirt,
Yeah.
you see me, who's tall, and like a guy that's like beard put
Think
together,
a goofy teenager
race- and
gamer.
it's
Or like you
what
live
the
in your mom's basement.
fuck
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
So
True.
now I try to dress like sharp, but
dress
but
fit,
in my fashion.
Yeah.
So it's like I like the plain tees.
Yes, I've been going plain black for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shows lately because I know that the graphic is annoying. So I try to just go all black for the
Yeah.
most part.
But yeah, they don't know me. They don't know I'm like
Yeah.
I'm goofy and I like Kool-Aid. So I have the Kool-Aid guy on my
It's
shirt.
ironic.
Like I'm
I'm
sick.
gonna go home and throw out all my shirt. I have one that says mac and cheese Kraft. Like
I have a Taco Bell shirt. I mean, I love them.
yeah, I do too.
But like as I was looking at myself and my character, my avatar, I was like, they don't see me that way.
I get it. Yeah.
They don't see me in the Cheech and Chong shirt. They see me,
like this.
like this
That's
Yeah.
in my body, not the
Yeah.
one that. So that was throwing them off too much. So now I like the stylish, a little bit more stylish look.
Okay.
Do you think I should bring my tits out more?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Can't hurt.
Can't hurt. We'll
Everybody
try.
should.
Tits out. Tits out for Trump.
I'll find them.
My tits are I told you before the podcast, I'm very self-conscious of my tits. Like the angle and stuff, and like the way the drape.
Side tit.
Side tits.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's
side
really
tits.
sexy. Side tit. Side boob's the new cleavage.
Yeah, not for me though.
I have no
for me,
side boob.
I got
They're
one.
right in front. They're.
Well,
I got back tits.
no, I mean, I can see from the side.
It's a lot of a bra.
It's a lot. It's a good, Victoria's Secret. So we're gonna close it out with our final segment, which is lukewarm takes. So
Okay.
we don't know anything. We don't care about anything. So this is the opposite of a hot take.
I care about
More or
stuff.
less, the subject matter is
Okay.
not important. So
Okay.
it's lukewarm
lukewarm.
takes. Oh, this is a good idea. This is a good
takes.
question since we were just talking about this. What do you think about guys who wear leather jackets?
Ooh,
No.
As I like ladies who wear them. I wear lots of bombers.
lady, it's in fashion.
looks
right
super
now.
hot.
It's a cool look. The motorcycle jacket. It's
Yes.
a cool look.
I say it depends on your style. Cause Michael Panzica rocks a leather jacket. He's an older man.
Could Lonnie rock leather?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Older man with a beard.
Blake, no.
Definitely.
So
Blake, no
there's
less.
a jacket. It depends on the
Windbreaker.
jacket. There is a
Windbreaker.
jacket that I saw in
Hey.
New Mexico,
Oh,
We're using my A. So.
and it was like a Steve McQueen leather jacket, like a motorcycle jacket,
Yeah.
like a not like a motorcycle jacket, like Steve McQueen, like a racing jacket
Okay. Yeah.
in leather. That shit was badass.
I bet you it was
It
like
was
500,
it was
700.
$900.
Yeah, it's real
And
leather.
I thought about buying it because that's how it was like butter. Like you zipped it up and it was like wasn't even there. Like
I have a jacket.
it was like
If you ever see me
nothing.
wearing my brown jacket, that's my butter jacket. It's the same thing. It was like I returned all my Christmas presents like 2 years ago and bought this jacket
Yeah.
to wear on stage.
I mean,
And when I zip it up, it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
can't even feel it.
No.
I don't even sweat.
like like a cat, you like go under its like leg right there.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it felt like.
Yeah, I know that.
It was like I was like this can't be a real thing. Like I still have I know
You
the name
should
of
have
the
bought
store.
it.
I
You would
should-
wear
I
it
didn't
forever.
I didn't have the money at the time, which is
Wow.
not true because I ended up spending the exact same amount of money on some other
A
stupid
couple
thing.
Kool-Aid t-shirts and some mac and cheese pants.
Basically, yeah. I mean, something else, just stick in my closet. Not even.
Oh man.
So,
That's one thing as an adult, you should buy pieces that you'll wear that are timeless instead of buying a whole bunch of junk shit.
see that jacket, that's gonna last you the rest of your life for the
Yeah,
most part.
the leather
Like,
jacket,
30
yeah.
years, 20 years, like that jacket, even as it ages, it's gonna be fresh.
It looks better as it's, yeah.
So, how do I feel about men wearing leather jackets? It depends on the jacket. If it's like a leather blazer, it's not cool.
For
Leather
me, it depends on the
blazer.
man.
It depends on the man.
I think it depends on the man. I think
And
you
the
have
cut.
to the cut.
Like Blake would look fresh in the jacket that I'm talking about and thinking about.
I know what you're talking about, like
For
an
sure.
actual. I know what you're talking about, but that's like too serious because that's more for
was gonna
utility versus just having a
I
fashion
don't think
piece.
Blake can pull off a leather
Like my
jacket.
sister has a
Look,
NASCAR jacket.
My personality does not pull off.
no,
a
he
leather
doesn't
jacket,
even wear.
for
He doesn't
sure.
wear pants.
Look
He
at
can't wear a
those
jacket.
But I do
rosy
have a
cheeks
leather
of
jacket.
his. He
You have a
can't-
leather jacket?
Yes, from Calvin Klein.
Oh, can I borrow?
My jacket's from Calvin Klein in the car. My bomber's a Calvin Klein. It's fresh.
Hell yeah.
CK.
This is sanctuary, not to brag.
Tarjay.
Do we have another hot take?
Yeah, we do. It's
Lukewarm.
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 I like this. I like being asked questions.
What are your thoughts on prop comedy? Comics who use props.
Prop comedy. You know, when I was a kid, I loved Gallagher,
Me too.
and I loved.
Carrot Top.
I didn't like his comedy. I liked his movies. He made like some stupid movies, and I liked it when I was a kid. What are you gonna do?
Bad plastic
I'm not
surgery.
a
His
prop
face was
comic.
fucked.
Prop comic. I'll tell you what. I find Steve hilarious. I love Steve's like little
True. Okay.
little
I
thing.
do like
And I went to an illusionist recently on the campus. Like I
Oh.
went to a ballroom, and a guy was just doing like,
Close up magic.
yeah, exactly. And
Mr.
he was
Schubert?
he was so funny. Like he wasn't a comedian, but he was a magician. But he did comedy. Also, he said he writes jokes for like James Corden and these people. Like he's a writer, he's a comedy writer and a magician. And he was so good. He had such an act. Like he could have gone on like America's Got Talent with like a real act, like a real show. He does. He does it in Vegas. So it's like
I like that too.
that.
I kind of
was
make fun of
dope.
magic, but close up magic is
It'll
fun.
make me shit my pants, man.
And like
Blows me
and like
away
Flip can do it.
sometimes.
Flip Schultz does
Yeah.
magic.
Okay.
Jimmy Schubert does magic.
See?
And like they're very like in between like making bop bop bops. And they say all magicians are kind of the same way.
Yeah.
That they're really funny.
Yeah.
Like you have to get past at the Magic Castle. It's like their comedy store.
Yeah. The Magic Castle is a big deal.
It's a very big.
There's
deal.
another one in LA too. I was just thinking about it. It's like the Something and Magic House. It's like two names and it's in
Comedy
LA.
and Oh,
I think it is. I think it is the Comedy and Magic
Club? Yeah.
Club, something like that. It's
Yeah, I think so. I've seen in the movie Funny People.
Yes.
They're based in that club. I
That's
believe.
right.
Oh, that's right.
it's like the best club in the world. Like it's like
Yeah.
Jay Leno. It's like the Comedy Store, but above.
Yeah.
Like it's only for like the elite.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do you think about prop comedy? And I'm going to ask you a more specific question to like people we see. Someone that not Steve. I'm not talking about so much an instrument. I feel like
the prop that you need to.
yeah, like Gallagher is very different to me than like a Bo Burnham. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's splashing
Well,
watermelons.
Gallagher only also did it at the end of the show. He didn't do
You're
do
right.
it the whole
Yeah.
the whole set.
And then Carrot Top is very punny. Like in his jokes, he does funny jokes in between it, but they're very like
Yeah.
I don't remember liking Carrot Top's comedy overly. I don't remember that
I
at
don't even
all.
remember.
I
don't
think I
have
was just like a
any
sad
memory
kid,
of
and
it.
I would just watch any comedy. Like that's.
I mean,
why
I used to watch every
Anything that was on
comedy
Comedy
special
Central,
when I was a
yeah.
kid, but I don't
But
remember.
like someone that does just like an act that they do all the time, they have like a prop, like a visual aid,
do we know anyone like that?
like a Dimitri Martin.
But
yeah,
did-
thanks, Blake.
is
That's
his
a good
whole
idea.
set like that?
Yeah, he does that on an easel.
It's
The whole thing?
One of his specials
I
at
don't think
least
it's the
is.
whole thing.
One of his specials he does.
Okay.
I don't have a strong opinion on it. It feels weird, and if it becomes like their only thing, it would feel like a crutch. But if it's like for this one like great bit or whatever, if it just like is their thing that they use, I mean,
Like Flip does the guitar thing at the
Yeah.
end. That's funny.
yeah. Well, we said no instrument.
Yeah, but no instruments. But yeah, but like, or characters when people do characters. I feel like you just like stunt yourself a little
But
bit.
do your thing. Like I live and let live. Like for
Yeah.
me,
If you're making money, I guess.
you're making
You're making money, and if
who
it's-
gives a shit?
and if
Yeah.
it's
You're
funny,
hustling. Like I used to
may
love
not
Young
book
Jeezy.
ya, I'll say that. I may
Right,
not book
right.
if I depending on what the thing is. It might not for me, but for I mean, you could get a lot of work somewhere else.
I do
Well, if
like
you
it
were
in
a
open
comedy
mic.
club owner and that person
yeah,
that you
that-
didn't like was going to fill the stands and they
No,
were going to
yeah, no,
drink
it
and
doesn't
like
matter.
for sure,
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Asses
I
in
don't care if
seats,
you're going
like-
to, open and close your asshole
Yeah.
on stage.
They
If you
don't
can
care.
fill a room, oh, by
No,
all
if
means.
it's
Yes.
an act
yes.
and it sells, do
Like
it.
what's his name? Jeff Dunham, or is that his name with the puppet?
John?
Dunham. Yeah, I don't
Dunham,
like that.
Like
I
I'm
don't
not a
like the
puppet person, but
stuff.
he sells out like theaters and
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
even arenas. You know, like
What
That's-
about Jeff Foxworthy?
Is Jeff
Something like
Foxworthy-
that where it's like a character, like it's obviously not all,
I think there's
Well,
a
or
demographic
Larry
for
the
that.
Cable
I,
Guy.
Larry the
I
Cable
saw
Guy is a
Bill
character.
Engvall at
I used to
the
love Bill
theater
Engvall.
around here.
When I was a kid, Bill Engvall was like one of my
I
favorite
saw him
comedians.
live. He was terrible.
Yeah, I heard.
It was terrible.
I heard people have said that he's not a good comedian.
It was bizarre how bad it
And-
was. It was
and
bizarre.
He's like one of the wealthiest stand-up comedians on
And
the planet.
I think he doesn't give a fuck too.
As he should.
He's just like, I don't care. I'm not even gonna make
because
jokes
he's
for these
worth
people.
$800 million.
So I think it's just about like finding. And my thing is, I like sometimes like at a mic or something when someone comes up and does something different. I think it's so funny, and I think it's like a nice just change of pace. Yeah, like you said, to each
Yeah.
their own. But
Yeah.
I kind of like prop comedy. I think I initially was like prop comedy, but I was like, I kind of
Yeah.
like it. I think I kind of like it a
I
little
say
bit.
it depends what they're doing and how good they are at doing it. If it doesn't seem cheesy or weird, because I've seen stuff I hate, there's seen stuff I've loved, and I love Steve Lamb. I love Flip's little bass thing. He says it's just jokes, but he's just doing a bass line in it. Like
It
it's
does
great.
make me mad because I'm like, it's just funny because you get to do the thing
Yeah,
afterwards.
Of course, yeah.
Well,
but
it just makes it funnier.
It helps, yeah. He thought of it. He put it together and was like, "This would be funny."
Yeah, I didn't think of it. I don't know how to play any instruments, so
I know how to play, but I won't play on stage.
I forget you. I always forget you can play.
Yeah,
And Blake can play the piano
yeah,
and
Blake
the
can
guitar.
play everything. Yeah.
Can you play any instruments?
I can sing.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
I can sing.
Do you want to sing a song for
You know
us?
what happened is I got a little bit of training when I was a kid, and then my voice changed, and I never got any training again. If I feel like if I had training again, I would be a much better singer than I am now because I have a hard time with
What
the
do you
like.
think you sound like?
I don't know, because my voice when I hear a recording or I watch a video of myself, in my head, my voice is so different
Oh,
from what I think I sound like.
Do you think you sound higher or lower?
I know I sound higher than what I sound like in my own head. In my head, I have a deep, deep voice, but I know
You
I
have
don't.
like a bass to it, not so much the deepness.
I have
You
a bass because I have like big lungs and like this is wide, so it like I would imagine I have a wider voice box than people.
Got a big
so
voice.
you can feel the like vibrating that comes from my like
You have a nice voice.
yeah. I can project
yeah.
my like you were saying earlier that you had to learn.
Yeah, I
how
had
to
to
do
figure
that.
out how to make myself louder.
I knew when I was a kid, very young, that I had that my voice would like echo off the. You know, when you're a
Wow.
kid and you scream, you're like, ah. My
All the
my
time.
parents were like, dude,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta chill with that.
When we beat you,
Yeah.
you can't.
got pipes
you
on
can't
it.
You
cry
gotta
that
chill
loud.
with your voice.
My mom's like, I'll put that muzzle back on your mouth. I was like, no.
So me, I can never ever. I'm also 6 feet 2, 6 foot 2,
There you go.
275 pounds. Like if I'm screaming
Yeah.
in public or like on stage,
It's scary.
Yeah, you
It's
would
not an
be
option for me.
scary.
Yeah, no.
it's not an option
But
for
if
me.
I'm screaming, they're like, "What happened to her?" Like,
I'm screaming. They're like, can this bitch shut up?
Like for me, this guy's a cop. This
Yeah.
guy's like something is happening in this room
yeah,
right now, undeniably.
we know ourselves.
I always feel like if something bad's gonna go down, I'm like, Lonnie's there. He got this.
No, I am
No.
very much like
No.
exit when I walk in a place. I'm very like my dad was
Oh,
in the
same.
military, so I'm like
You know your ways out and you're leaving
exit,
bitches.
exit.
Always know
Who
my
is the one that's the most likely to be a lunatic? Who's in their head about being macho? Because that
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the like sexual assault. I have to worry about physical assault. Like I have to worry about
Some
the
guy seeing you
knife.
think and be like, oh, you think you're a tough
The
guy?
thing I'm the most afraid of in the world is a knife. Like I am
Oh, yeah,
terrified
yeah.
of knives
Oh, no.
because my size. My dad told me when I was a boy. He goes, "You are going to be a large human being when you get older." So what you need to understand is that people that fuck with you physically, like to that point, that are like trying to fight you, are either insane people that like have mental issues,
Meth heads.
or they will fuck you up. Like, or they're like confident that they'll look at a guy your size and be like, I'll fuck you up. I'll be honest with you. Not very many people in my life have physically like challenged me,
Yeah.
which I'm lucky for. I've never been in a fist fight in my life. I've never thrown a punch
Wow.
in my entire life. It's just not my way because I'm very good at deflecting and being like, yo, you looking at my girl? Oh my God, man, I'm so sorry. She looks just like my sister. Like, or you bump. That's another thing I'm afraid of is like when you're walking
Yeah.
in. I don't like to be in crowded spaces
Yeah.
because of the bump. Because if you bump the wrong guy
Yeah.
and he turns around and he's instantly like, and my thing is that happens to me too. Like I get mad when people bump
Yeah.
into me.
Oh, me
It's just
too.
a reaction.
What do you say if someone bumps into you? Or you bump into you?
My bad, bro. My bad. I'm so sorry. Just I didn't see you there. My bad. My bad. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Instantly. I don't even think about it. comes right
I do
into
the
my
same
mouth.
thing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Lovey.
I'm really good with the police.
Me too.
Because I have no pride in it. Oh, I am so sorry about that. You absolutely, yep. You know, you caught me. You shouldn't say sorry to the police, but, you know, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Shouldn't say sorry because it implies guilt.
The guilt. Right. Just be like, I didn't fucking do shit. What's up? No.
This works with police.
Just show them an areola.
Because it's like
Show me your tits.
it's like contrition, but it's not.
One time I was
how are
so-
you gonna say that in court? Your Honor, he went like this. Like no. I have a criminal justice degree, so I kind of know how what they're gonna use.
Are just a man of so many layers. You're like an awesome blossom from Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, we haven't even gotten started. I could do another.
We need some garlic
another
aioli.
2 hours on
Awesome
weird shit.
blossom.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap this up because we're gonna get high. Jackie's gonna eat some more Cheetos,
Oh my gosh.
and
I'm not getting high.
he does not smoke marijuana at all. Just me and Jackie and Blake. And hey, if you don't like that we smoke weed on the podcast, then that's your own problem. Don't
Live and let
be
live.
such a loser.
Yeah, there was someone
okay?
who was upset enough.
No, don't. We like that you listen. We appreciate it. It's okay if you make comments. We can take the criticism.
I want to hear it. Is it
Oh, I
okay, or
like
should we do it off mic? I don't care. I
I
just
just have to say,
I do
ahead.
want
Go
to
ahead,
hear
Jack.
this story. It does not have to be on
there's
the podcast.
someone named Jeff R. who's not very happy with things, and I have to say, Jeff R., you serious?
Oh,
Jeff R., please keep listening.
Jeff R.
We don't have that many listeners. So
I'm just kidding.
By the way,
I have
make sure you
nothing
listen.
I have nothing to say to Jeff R. Thank you for listening. We never said we were traveling comedians, so how would we talk about being on the road when we're not? But thanks a lot. Come back again. That's our show, everybody.
no one's listening, Blake.
But they are, and they're leaving me.
Jeff R is listening right now.
I like the critique. I appreciate
It's
it.
Blake. Blake is Jeff R. He's
Yeah,
like,
he is fucking Jeff R.
yeah.
It's my mom.
Is it good that's
No.
getting to them?
But everybody else, please keep listening. If you want to hate listen, I'm all for it. Numbers are numbers, okay?
Yeah, keep it up.
Like, subscribe, comment, follow us on social media. I'm at Stephanie Woodwood, Jackie Sanchez 22, at Blake Woodrow,
Lonnie
and
Cox.
Lonnie
Cox Comedy.
Cox. I was about to say. I was gonna say Cox of comedy, but that would be weird.
Cox. Well, Cox Comedy is pretty weird because it sounds like a dick meme
Cox
page.
Comedy. That's
It sound-
perfect, though.
But it is, yeah.
It's perfect.
And anything else you want to promote?
Tomorrow. When is this coming out? Next Friday. So I have a couple of shows that will already happen. My birthday, which I would love to plug, is on Wednesday. I turn
Wednesday.
32 years old.
Happy birthday.
By the
Woo!
time this comes out, I will be at the Key West Comedy Club February 26th.
We love them.
With Nick Masick and Gold Coast Comedy.
You're gonna love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's the best.
can't wait! I'm
So
so
fun.
pissed I haven't done it before. Key West is only 3 hours. Well,
It's so.
it's
fun.
so close.
So
it's
awesome.
you guys
so
are
dope.
close, yeah.
It's such a like fun spot.
condo's great.
So different.
Nothing like it.
The
no.
club's great. Everyone that works
I
there is
can't wait
great.
to do like, because
Tell
I've
me
done
so
the improv, but I've never really done like a smaller club. Like I can't wait.
It's
I
great.
cannot.
The
wait.
audience is.
I would go
amazing.
down there all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to like get introduced
Once
down
they,
there.
yeah, it'll be easy once you're
Yeah, yeah.
introduced
They'll
because
love
they
you.
don't have a lot of comedians
Right.
down there, so they need it. Like they call people all the time up here. So.
I would even be down just to like road trip. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They
there.
have an open mic, I think,
On
on like
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Wait, that's far for an open mic for me because that you're leaving at
Yeah,
like,
a little.
you're leaving at 3:30. You know,
Yeah.
you're driving home. You're getting home at 3:30. Like it's a rough night.
Yeah, I don't like driving that long, but no, you'll have fun. You'll enjoy it. Tell them we said hi.
Sounds good.
Thank you for coming. I
Thank
love
you. I had a
Appreciate
lot
it.
of fun.
You were amazing.
Can we do this
guest.
again, or do you have like a
Absolutely.
one-time guest rule?
We haven't had any repeats, but
I would love to be your
you were
first
awesome.
repeat.
You were
Keep
amazing.
talking about it. Yeah, we want to.
Flip might have to be our first repeat, but you could be the second.
You could have said that when I left. You didn't have to tell. You didn't have to
I was gonna
admit.
let him hang on. But
Yeah.
You could be the first one. You can be my first.
Well, I think there's some negging happening that's like trying to get me more interested, which is fine. I like being.
I don't even know what negging means.
Negging is that you're like, you're not number one. You're number two. But if you want to be number one, you can try. It's like, yeah,
That's gross. I don't want to do that.
a lot of people. That's a lot of people's manipulation tactics.
Oh no, I'm smarter than that.
Yeah.
I do spy tactics. Oh yes. All right. But you are in the CIA anyways, right? FBI agent. You won't tell us where you work.
Never say.
can't.
I told you where I work.
Your
I work at
your
the-
parents' business.
I work. No, I don't work at my parents, but I work at the Miami Foundation. I told you that.
Right, that's right. Shouts out Miami Foundation. They're sponsors of us. No, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. Blake, I love you. Love your knees. Bye, guys.
Chick 10 Hun Must Podcast.